Do you know what love means?
Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're going to take a look at the best tempered glass screen protector on the market for the Samsung Galaxy S20 family. This is EBPMAN Tech Reviews, and today we're going to do an installation review of the Whitestone Dome Glass for the S20 Ultra. Let's get right to it.
It just isn't worth my time to try to make you believe me.
In this video, we're going to take a look at the best tempered glass screen protector on the market for the Samsung Galaxy S20 that is glass-based. I'm going to share with you step-by-step how to install a flawless installation of the Whitestone Dome Glass tempered glass screen protector. You'll see on my channel that I've been installing these tempered glass screen protectors for years now, and I'm telling you, you'll have the best glass-like experience using this product. So let's get right to it.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell icon to get notified when new videos become available.
Now, for those of you who have the Whitestone Dome Glass tempered glass screen protector in your hand right now, I encourage you to please first watch this video from beginning to end once, at least once, and then you could use it to follow through the installation as you're doing your install. If you can, watch it twice. I will guarantee you, in my experience, I've had flawless installations by following these steps. So let's get right to it. Now, inside the box, you're going to find several accessories that are going to help your installation process. So first of all, you have an installation tray with the UV light, and you're going to see how this works later. Tempered glass screen protector with instructions. You have this bar that you'll see how it works, and I've already pre-installed the little plastic tab, and you'll see how that will work as well. We have these protective strips that are going to keep your phone secure from any kind of liquid that may go into any of the electronics, so that's important. A micro USB charging cable that is for the UV light, and then alcohol wipes, dust remover stickers, as well as some cotton swabs that you're going to use in the installation tray to absorb any excess liquid. So let's get right to it. Now, the Samsung line of phones comes with a feature that you have to enable to have the best tempered glass screen protector experience, regardless of the brand of tempered glass screen protector you're installing, and that's increasing your touch sensitivity. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the question or the magnifying glass here, and we're going to type in touch. And you notice how there's an option here to touch sensitivity. So we're going to choose that. And what you're going to do is when you go in here is you're going to make sure this is on. So if it's off, turn it on. That's going to make sure that as you have that glass protector on it, because it is a layer on top of a layer, that you have the best glass experience. Now the other thing, expect to re-register your fingerprints. So the next time you log into the phone after we've put the tempered glass screen protector, you're going to have to use your PIN to log in because your fingerprints will not work. Now, if you want, you could go ahead and delete the fingerprints before even starting the installation process. That's up to you, the order you want, but you'll have to re-register your fingerprints. Now, the next step in this process is to remove the existing film-based screen protector that is on your phone. And this is on every phone. S20 through S20 Ultra all have these. And it's a really thin piece of plastic, and if you kind of dig on the side right here, you'll be able to feel it. So you'll see it right here. What I'll do is I'll just use my nail to get in here and peel it off, and there it is. And what you'll do is you'll just peel it off just like this and set it aside. Now, this screen protector, for those of you who wonder, is it really worth moving from something like this to the glass screen protector? I'd say in my experience it is. This, in this case, plastic screen protector will scratch. It will scratch, it will take marks, and it doesn't really give you the best experience. Now, before wiping down the screen, we're going to place our masking film, and we're going to leave the wiping down of the screen right before we put things in the tray because you'll be touching your phone a lot. So a couple things I just wanted to highlight. I went ahead and already put on the masking film because all it is tape, but I want to give you a tip. So you'll notice how the masking tape or film went over my buttons here, and I put it on this side as well because it's supposed to go in all corners there. And then as you look at it right here, it's also here. And then it's also here on the bottom. So pretty much you have masking film on the top, on the bottom, and the left and the right. Now, one of the things that you want to make sure is that the film, the masking film, is not going to be on the screen itself. So how do you know that? Well, here's a tip. What you could do is take your tray, watch what I'm doing right here, take your tray and place your phone in your tray just to size things up, right? And you notice because this has a cutout, it's aligning with the cutout of your camera module. And then what you're going to do is take your tempered glass screen protector, and you're not going to remove the film off of it, right? Because again, what we're doing is just making sure that everything looks good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look and see how things align. And as you're doing it, you're going to see, hey, you know what? That film that I put in, maybe it's too high and it's getting on the screen, and then you'll need to adjust it. What I'll do is I'll take this tray, put it right on top, just like if I was doing the install. Take my tempered glass screen protector, put it right on top of it. right? Just to make sure everything looks good, right? And what I'm doing is I'm looking to see if that black film is coming up. If the black film is not touching or not invading the area of the glass screen protector, then you're solid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this for a second just to show you again one more time how mine look. And you'll notice that the film itself does not come up onto the glass on either side. So you'll notice here as well, and over here it doesn't. So the actual tempered glass screen protector doesn't touch it at all. And we'll move this over to the side again so you can see it. You notice that the film, again, does not come onto the glass. It does not come onto the glass. It does not come onto the glass in any area. So that's really important. Now the next step in the process is to take these alcohol cloths that are included in the package and wipe down your phone. Now make sure that as you're wiping down your phone that you don't have the air in your house on, especially if you have central air, central heat. You want to make sure that that is off because if not, you're going to get a lot of dust coming up. Now the next step is to take this little tab that you have here and actually install it so that it is covering the speaker area here. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start first here on the plastic, put it in the groove, and then as it's on the groove, I'm going to then align it onto the screen just like that. So I started here and it's just there and it's protecting that area right there, right? Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and use one of these dust remover stickers just to make sure that I don't see anything that I want to take off, any kind of dust particles. So I'm just going to review it one more time and just make sure everything looks good. Okay, it looks good. And the next thing I'm going to do is now put the top tray. So we're going to take the top tray and we're going to put it right on top, just like this. Now, what I'll do is I'll adjust these cotton swabs that are here to make sure that they're kind of going in the side of the phone. They're not on top because I don't want anything obstructing the actual glass when it falls on top. And then I'm going to check it one more time. Now, the next step in the process is to take this little bridge, place it here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our liquid. This is the adhesive that's going to connect the glass to the phone itself. Now, one super tip, one of the things I like using is like I have a power bank, and I use this power bank to power my UV light. That way I have a lot of flexibility in the area that I'm working with. So if you have an extra power bank, it's a great way to power your UV light. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this part first. I'm going to open up this tab, have it facing upwards. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it here and place it in here. And don't worry, liquid's not going to come out. I'm going to twist it a little bit. And then I'm going to remove the top. And as I do that, liquid's going to come out. Now, as it comes out, if your desk isn't balanced or level, it may move to the left or to the right. If you do get a drop that falls somewhere else on the screen, make sure that everything, all the liquid is together. You do not want to put the glass on there if you have drops of the liquid somewhere else. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt, because there's always some liquid left in this. I'm going to go ahead and tilt this, lift it up like this slightly, and then I'm going to tilt it to the side, and you're going to notice that there's a drop that's going to fall in there. I already see it. There's always something left. So I'm going to tilt it just to make sure I got it all out. It looks like everything is out. All right. I'm going to put this to the side, and then I'm going to cap it. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And now it's not quite in the center the way I like it, so I'm just going to move it a little bit. I'm just going to make sure that the bubble, everything stays together just like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the back cover to the tempered glass screen protector, and I'm going to take this little tab and I'm going to place it here, right in this area. And now everything looks good still. I'm happy where that is. I'm going to place it just like this. Right? Everything looks good. Right? It's not getting caught anywhere. And then we're going to use this tray, or this weight. So this weight right here is going to do a couple things. You notice how I put the little plastic here. This has two pieces to it. It basically has a rough area here, and it's actually raised on this side. So this is raised right here. And you're going to put the little piece of, I would say, tape that gives you a little, you'll turn it into a handle right here so that you can lift this. This bubble that you see right here, when we tilt this down, we want the bubble to basically fall right in this area, right before this line or right on this line, and then what we'll do is we'll pull this tab. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. We're going to place this here and you're going to see it, and then when this bubble, when I push down, comes to this area right here, right by this line, I'm going to pull it out. So I'm going to go ahead and push this right here, So it's going to lock right here into place. Right? And then I'm going to put it right here. And what this is going to do is it's going to help things go down. Now once I have this bubble right here, what I'll do is I'll pull out this tab and then I'm going to let it sit for 100 seconds. Let's go ahead and do this. Watch, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make sure that I have everything aligned more or less the way I like it. So I'm going to move that bubble a little bit over and then I'm going to bring it down. And if you need to adjust it again, I'm going to adjust it. I want it in the center. And I'm just going to adjust it because my desk isn't 100% level. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to go there and see it's there. I'll remove it. Now, I'm going to let this sit for 100 seconds and then I'll lift up this bar. Let's let it sit. All right, so now 100 seconds have passed by and there's a couple things I want to mention to you just to make sure that you have a good installation. Make sure that you inspect the corners. Make sure that you inspect all the corners. You should see no light glass marks, or almost, you can see that where there's no liquid underneath. It almost looks a little white. So you'll want to inspect each one. So you may want to take a flashlight. You may want to just make sure that you don't see, especially around the corners, that you don't see any kind of light marks, because that indicates that there was no liquid. The liquid didn't reach. So when you're waiting for that 100 seconds, you'll notice that the liquid will start to disperse and reach all the corners. And you'll notice that here the cotton has absorbed some of it, but you want to make sure that all your corners get it. Now once you have that, what you're going to do is you're going to remove this really slightly like this over to the side. And then you're going to take your UV light and we're going to put it 15 seconds on each side, and then we're going to remove it, wipe it down, and then we're going to do it for a minute. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is get our power bank, make sure that it's connected, turn on our UV light, and we're going to give it 15 seconds right here. So I'm going to go ahead and give this 15 seconds to cure this side. All right, so now that that 15 seconds is done, I'm going to put it on the next side, 15 more seconds. All right, now that the 15 seconds is done on top and the bottom, we're going to remove the top tray. Okay, and then we're going to remove the sticker that we had here, protecting that speaker. And then what I like doing is I just push from the bottom up. That way you don't have to dig your hands in there. And then what I'll do is remove the phone and wipe it down. So we're going to take one of our swabs that we have here. I'm going to wipe the sides first, just to make sure that there isn't any excess liquid. Right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the screen down slightly, right? You're not going to push really hard. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it down right here, and I'm going to turn on the UV light now for 1 full minute. We're going to cure it 1 full minute here, 1 full minute here. Now next, we're going to move the UV light over to the next position, and we're going to do it 1 more minute on the top, and we'll repeat it 1 more minute on the bottom, 1 more minute on the top. We'll wipe it down, remove the plastic, and then we'll turn on the phone. Next, we're going to do 1 more minute on the bottom again, 1 more minute on the top, and then we're done. Now I've removed the protective film from the top, the bottom, and the left and the right, and I started up my phone. And I'm going to go into the fingerprint area just to register my fingerprint. So I'm going to go ahead and go into fingerprints, and as I go into this area, you'll notice that I still have an existing fingerprint registered. I'm going to check and see, does the existing fingerprint still work? So I'm going to go ahead and choose fingerprints. I'm going to put in my password. Remember, I turned on touch sensitivity, and I'm going to check an added fingerprint. There's a little option here to check. Notice that despite the fact installing the screen protector, it still recognizes my finger. So what I can do is I can register another fingerprint just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, and I'm going to say add a fingerprint, and I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and register it just to make sure. Now what I like doing is, as I'm doing my registration, is I like really rotating my finger to make sure that it gets every potential angle, because you just never know how you're going to hold your phone. So I'm going to hold my phone like this, do one of these things, because this is how I typically hold it. I'm going to rotate a little bit, and this is just going to give as many impressions. And you know what? I'm going to even flip it upside down. Why not? Make sure we have enough impressions. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the tips like it's asking. All right, side tip on the side. Do that again. The other side. Do it one more time. All right, so now that's been added. So now we're going to go ahead and check it. Check added fingerprints. Fingerprint 1, still being registered. Fingerprint 2. everything works. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is test our fingerprint, and you can see how my fingerprint is right here. Unpress it, and you see how quickly it unlocks. So works without a problem with the Dome Glass Screen Protector for fingerprint unlock. Now, if you're curious about what the screen looks like, let me go ahead and put this in an angle right here so you can see it. So again, no issues. There's no dust underneath it. Everything looks nice and clean. Again, all I have to do is just wipe this down, just to make sure that it's nice and clean. And you can see how everything looks really sharp. So that's the install for the Whitestone Dome Glass. Works like a charm. Follow the steps. Make sure you watch the video twice. And hopefully this helps you get a perfect install. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about this video and this product in the comment area below.